Alrighty, guys. Good late afternoon. Today we started a little bit late. Some of you is good night already. Um, guys, welcome to my channel. For those who doesn't know, my name is Jonathan. And some people call me Boricua, or Boricua Pati. And so um, that's been my gaming name, for many years. And sometimes I've been wanting to change it, but that's what people know me for. And so I just got stuck with it. But welcome to the channel. And today, just like every week from Monday to Friday, we talk about stocks, and not only all stocks. Well, not all stocks. We focus on low price stocks, and so that's kind of what we're focused on. And so what I do is I teach you guys how to find them, and I use a certain criteria that um you know that I would recommend a lot of people to verify and back test and put to the test and see if it works for you. And hopefully you guys could turn that into a good thing. At the end of the day, you have to focus on learning all the key terms that we're going to mention today, and study a lot. And uh, just like that saying, Rome wasn't built in one day. And so it takes time for you to learn stocks, but it's not hard enough for to not learn it. And so let's go ahead and hop into that. Also, before we start off anything, we already hit our goal, guys. We hit our goal of follows of 100. Congratulations, not only to me, but to every single one of you guys that made it possible. I'm gonna try to come up with something to uh, figure out a way to thank you guys, maybe through a donation, or maybe through a giveaway. um sometime this week I'm gonna go ahead and figure out something as an appreciation towards you guys. And yeah, this is just the beginning. Right now I just finished applying for the creators program, and that right there is gonna open a lot of doors for me. So yeah, Hernandez 2787 say, papi, ayer 91 y ya llegamos a 100. Te lo dije, puñeta, eso es. I was not expecting to grow this fast. I thought it was gonna take me months to get to 100. But we made it. We made it. Thanks to every single one of you guys. You guys are amazing. Uh, I, I I was not expecting this in a short period of time, but we did it. And so now we applied for the creator program, and so we're waiting for that. And so um hopefully we get approved and everything, and we could start off our journey to keep on growing and showing you guys more stuff, and get ourselves there, where we supposed to be. And so yeah, but I'll figure out something this week and go ahead and probably make a donation, or a giveaway or something. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. Just like I always say in all my streams, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. That will help me a lot grow and everything. Hernandez 27, Hernandez say, yo te lo dije que este mes lo hacía. Tacho, tienes razón, mano. Esto, diantre, el stream creció a las millas. Esto, estoy bien apreciado con todos ustedes, and so, just like I said in this channel, we speak Spanish, English. If I could know another language, I would. But we did it. We did it. Do you get your premium membership? Yeah, I did it. I did it in your channel. So I hope that worked for you or something like that. I went to your channel and I applied. I created I got the premium from your channel, so I'm not sure if that's the right way to do it. So you let me know. Let me know if it was that way is the correct way. But let's go ahead and we I always ask for a 2 like goal. Very I put the bar very low for you guys. So I would appreciate if you guys help me out with the likes and everything. Um and so let's go ahead and continue. Hopefully we can make a short stream. I mean, if it takes a little bit, then I apologize beforehand. And so let's go ahead and start off. Um, and so yeah, Hernandez say, holy shit, thanks, bro. No problem, bro. No problem. Para eso estamos. Para eso estamos. And so yeah, so Finviz right here. This is what we use to scan to screen the stocks and everything. But before we get to that, too deep into that stuff, we're gonna go ahead and look at the criteria that we do we have every day. Let me see if I could fix this a little bit, because it changed. There we go. I hope you guys can see it clearly. And let's go ahead and show you guys what I got going on here. So today, right? First of all, today is the 22nd. I mean, this month is going very, very, very fast. And not to say that is the right way. And at the end of the month, you get an email, and in February 1, you start a premium creator. Awesome, awesome. So, yeah, everything got willing, I could get this channel up and running and very fast. Right now it's like it's going super fast. It's going way more faster than what I thought it was gonna be. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. And I know I repeat myself, but I know at the end of the month, guys, I already said this before. At the end of the month, I'm gonna name every single follower for the month, for this month. And the next month is going to be the same thing. At the end of the month, I'm going to run through all the names. I mean, it's going to take me a little bit. We'll probably run some music or something. Just for appreciation of you guys. And so, I just don't want to go ahead and do like what everybody else do, that, just, thank for the follow, and then they just forget about it. No, I just want to like spend that little bit of time and just run down every single one of you guys that followed me and everything. So thank you guys. And so let's go ahead and continue. So today's the 22nd 2026, and it's 5:51 p.m. It's a little bit earlier than what we started yesterday, so that's pretty good. Not much, but it's still good. And so this is the criteria that I use every single day, you know, in the market, in pre-market, market open, when the market is closed, I use all this. The only thing that changes is the percentage change. Okay, guys, because the percentage change is not gonna in the market close, when the market close, like right now, the percentage change is not gonna help me whatsoever. It doesn't move, it doesn't fluctuate, so I can make any decisions based on the percentage change alone. Okay, guys. So you know, if if pre-market is open, right? Let's say for just the sake of the stream, right? Pre-market is open, or the market is open, then I will focus on the percentage change, and I would focus anything over 20%. That's my main criteria, right? My main preference, right? And so after that, we have the market cap, right? You have to learn that. You have to learn what is a percentage change, a market cap, what is a price, what is a multi-day, multi-week, multi-month, multi-year breakout, right? What is breakouts? What is breakdowns? What is trend lines? What is resistance, support? All these things. Carmen Rio say Boricua, huepa. And so, yeah, ya lo hicimos, ya nos fuimos a 100, gracias a Dios, everything. I'm super happy today. And so, those terms that I told you guys, you know, are very key to learn. Supply and demand is the main focus in everything, especially in business. I mean, if you don't know what supply and demand, guys, and you're trying to start up a business, I don't know what you're doing, for real. And so you have to focus, all that, and learning all these key terms, and it's a process. I know what I'm about to show you today, it might be a lot for you guys, whoever's new or something, but you know over time you hear it again and again and again, and eventually you're gonna catch up to it, and you're gonna say, oh yeah, I know what is a volume. I know what is a price per share. I know what's floats and stuff like that. And so this is my criteria, right? I use this specific criteria for the pre-market and market open, and then I use this bottom criteria for the market close, right? I will no longer focus on percentage change. I will only focus on the price, the market cap, the float, the volume. I want to know why this stock went up, right? So that's why it's important to know the news, right? The overall trend of the stock. You check the trends in the charting system. You know, um, you look at the daily. You look at different types of time frames. On Discord, I mean, I have I have a lot of resources on Discord. There's a specific section that it says resources on my Discord. I mean, you guys could get in there and just grab whatever you want, and you don't have to follow me there. This is all for free. And so you guys will find there links of crypto, where to scan cryptos, where to find them, and all that. I mean, stocks. There's even a channel there open to for like book suggestions. And so I mean, there's the list that I have there listed. That's all the books that I read. All the books that I read. And it took me a long time, a little bit over 10 years to really understand stocks and get it. But I did it. I took the long route, guys. I took the long route. It won't take you, trust me, it won't take you 10 years to get to where I'm at. It will take you way less than that. You just gotta, you know nitpick from different type of stock traders, and involve yourself in a community where they help each other out learning stocks and everything. Any questions, hit me up on the chat, or any of the links below. It's on my description. You're gonna see all my stuff there, my social media, X platform. I mean, you name it, I try to get it. But yeah, I appreciate Carmen Rios and Hernandez for passing by and helping me out, with the stream and everything. I appreciate it. Carmen Rios say, wow, interesting. Yeah, yeah, I know. I love stocks. Stocks is, I mean, since I was 18 when I got out of high school, that was the first thing that I was interested in, stocks. And I got involved in it, and now that I'm it's like 10 plus year. It feels like yesterday, but yeah, I mean, I love stocks, and there's plenty of opportunities. And if you know what works for you, then you can make a good substantial amount of money. It could be short term or long term. That depends. What is your tolerance? How much can you? What is your patience and everything? So let's go ahead and continue today. And so this is for crypto, right? This is the filter criteria for crypto, and we're gonna talk about it later. Okay, guys. And so this right here is for the Twitter and X platform. I don't know if it works for Facebook, but if you put the ticker symbol, guys, and you put the dollar sign right next to the ticker symbol, right, and you press enter, it's gonna give you a lot of information of the stock. If people are looking at it, and if they talking about it, then you're gonna see a lot of information. And so sometimes companies like to post their news on X, which is the open website. And so They post their stuff and you can see it there. In case you don't see it in the main software that you're trading, you'll look at you could look more in depth on the X platform. Okay, guys. And if you want to see, and it's gonna give you, like, if you do it very simple like this, just put this like the dollar sign, and next to it you put the ticker symbol and you press enter. It's gonna give you everything. I mean, as the all the way to the oldest news that has been posted about this stock. Now, if you want to see, if you don't want to run through the hassle of scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and trying to find what you were the dates that you were looking for to study the stock, then I would suggest you guys to uh you know minimize the dates. And the only way you could like find specific dates is by putting this formula on the X platform, guys. If you put until, and you put the two dots, and then you put the year, the month, and then you put the most recent date, that is in this case is 22nd, right? And you would put here 2026, and the month is the first, right? And then you put a space, right? And you put since, and the two dots here, and this is the colon sign or something like that. And then you put the year, 2026. You put the month, right, which is the January, the first, and then you put the first or the second or the third. I mean, anything specific that you could, like, see, that you want to see. And so this could go way back to years back. You could go way back. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be the same year. It could be way back. And so you could use this formula, and that will help you find news of the stock and everything, and help you with your analysis. And so also, we're gonna go ahead and start off. This was the only stock that we had listed, NAMM, right? It had a great move yesterday, and we said good price, good volume, low float, right? Which is our part of our criteria. It does have news, which is good, but however, it's not significant. You know, significant news is kind of like you want to see earnings news, some type of contract news. You would like to see a big investor invest in the company. That's now a big news. Merging, the company buying another company, acquiring another company for good resources and stuff like that. Anything huge of a deal, that's reliable, information. And so you want to focus on that, something significant. Now, fluff, there's other type of news, which is a fluff news, and it's something more in between the lines of like promotion, promoting the company. Oh, this company AMM or something, it soared 100% or whatever in today's news or whatever. That right there is just fluff news. It's just hyping the company, or just somebody putting an article about the company. Is not telling you exactly what it did in order to get to that point. Okay, guys. So that's considered fluff news. Okay. And so let's continue. I said it. However, it had a history of running, right, which is a good thing. And it's the plan was for it to break out resistance at $2.28 and test high day at 283. So that's kind of what our theory was. It will never happen that well, stocks will move. uh Stocks won't do what you want it to do. You just gotta nitpick the time, and just take advantage of the moment, and if you know how to trade, and what are the patterns that to look for, and how to get in the stock and get out very fast, then you can know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying taking advantage. And so let's go ahead and check this stock right now on the platform. And so what we use is trading view, right? What we use is trading view, and this is the platform right here. And let's check AMM. And so this platform is free, right? Not entirely, it because it gives you the, let me go ahead and before I get into it, So this platform right here, right, is free, but if you want the live feed of it, to catch it right, and see the live feedback of it, you have to pay some type of subscription, guys. Okay? And there's a majority of software out there that, you have to what do you call that? You have to pay, in order to let me fix this really quick because I can't see the chat. Um let me I don't know if you guys can see clearly. Boom. And let me get this up here, and I hope you guys see it clearly. There we go. And there's my criteria. And at this moment, we're gonna see the chart. Okay. And so, there's a platform called Weeble, right? And Weeble right now, you could sign up, and I'm not promoting any of these companies, but I'm not getting any promotion money or anything like that. But I use Weeble. And Weeble, you could opt in to get your live feed or anything like that. Or at the end of the day, it's your decision, whichever software you want to use that you feel comfortable using, that you would like to see the live feedback. Whatever works for you at the end of the day, but I use this platform right now just to show you guys how the stocks work. And so you guys, if you don't want to get too much into like buying softwares right now, you just want to learn, then this is the right platform. Okay, guys. And so we talked about this stock yesterday, right? And we said that we were waiting since it was hovering on the V off the VWAP, right? And it closed strong today. We were waiting for a breakout, right, of 28 and probably test to 83, right? So it it opened at a little bit above the breakout at this level at 228, right? But then it went down, right? And it was still consolidating off these previous consolidation areas here on the VWAP, right? Guess what happened on the on at the near the open? Well, at the open, it broke out, right? And that was a good move right there. You could have called it right here, the confirmation breakout. You could have called it here at the confirmation breakout right here and got in right there at this candle. And you could have ride it 5, 10%. I mean, it went up to all the way up to 21%. Which one you recommend? I have Weeble. Let me go ahead and uh put the name of the software, Weeble. So it's called Weeble, and it's up to you. However you wanna, whatever your preference, not preference, whatever you like, any platform that you like, you feel comfortable looking at and everything. Let me go ahead and fix this really quick because I can't see my. There we go. Okay. Rumble Studio. And I hope you guys are you guys able to see it clearly? Just in case, just testing. Like the charting and everything, and even the documents. Are you guys able to see it clearly? If you guys can, then great. But if you can't, then I'll make adjustments as I can. The best I is my ability, you know. But for the meantime, let's go ahead and continue. And so also, guys, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. That will help me a lot. So let's go ahead and continue. So right here, look, you had the breakout level here. You could have caught it. You could have caught it right there and got a little bit of profit there. Really good, 21%. A lot of companies, a lot of big known companies, they struggle to get to this point, 21%, and they will eventually get there, but it will take them months. For some of them, it will take them weeks. It will take them months. or it will take them years to get to that point. Okay. And so this stock right here, in matter of 5, 10, 15 minutes, it got to 21%. This is the power of these stocks. Okay. But the only downside is if you're not prepared, right? If you don't learn how to trade these, if you don't understand what candlesticks are, what volume is, what any of the criteria that I mentioned is, then you're gonna be in for a wide awakening. Okay, because these stocks move very, very fast, and they could go for you or they could go against you. Not saying like personally, I'm saying like in the trade. You know, if you get in the stock and you don't know what you're doing yet, and you're waiting for it to go your way, and it's going the opposite way, and you're not getting out of the trade, guys, you're gonna lose your money. Okay, you're gonna lose. So this is not a get rich quick type deal. It takes time. Some people are lucky, and yes, they can make a huge amount of money in a very short period of time. It could be based on luck, but if you want to be more safe and take the safe route, then I would recommend, taking wins, little by little, little by little, and the losses, keep them very small. I'm not gonna say you're gonna win all the time. There's gonna be some losses around, and most likely sometimes more losses than wins. However, if you have your losses smaller than your wins, then it's not gonna affect you that much. If you're losing, let's say you lose like 10 times for the entirety of the week, right? But you lost in totaling all those losses is like, $10, $20 or something like that. But your win, you only won out of that week, you only won 2 times, and you got like $100 or $200. Then that right there, even though it was 10 losses, it didn't hurt your account. You still got some profit and you still got some money. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to explain. you know you want to, the losses don't matter as long as it's small. Okay. And so that's how you want to keep it. And if you're making a plan, right, if you're structuring a plan to get inside the trade, you got to know when your exits are. You got to have a exit plan, in case if the stock goes against you, you want to cut off as quickly as possible. And so you need to learn this little by little. It's gonna take you some time, you know, but it's not hard to learn. It's gonna take some time, but it's not hard. And the only hard thing is being disciplined. It's fighting against yourself. So because mentally you will have a lot of issues in trading. Mentally, because you might have, just for an example, you might have structured a plan, right? A perfect plan, and you know about stocks, and you learn enough to trade, right? And you're like, okay, I'm structuring this plan. I'm gonna get in the trade. This is my goal, and this is my exit. And so now you got in the stock, and you're like, okay, it's going for me. Oh, wait a minute, it turned around. Oh my God, it's against me now. Oh, I think it's gonna turn around and hit my goal. And that's when people make the mistake, and they get stuck in the stock, and the stock keep going against them, and until they lose a good amount of money, and they got no chance but to close the account, close the trade. And that right there, it's a formula for failure. you know and so you have to go with the mindset of, I have my plan. It doesn't matter if I lose. If I lose, you know, make a rule, for yourself. If I lose small. And if I don't find any more opportunities for the day, then today is another day. And you could live to fight another day. Okay. And so let's go ahead and continue. So it broke out, right? And you could have got a little profit here, right? And you know that would be great, if you would have got that little profit. But no, let's say you missed this this point. Let's say you woke up right now and you look at the stock and you have already the plan that you wanted, which was the breakout of the high day. No problem. Look at this. There's a confirmation breakout, and you could have got in right here. Look at this, 13%, and it went all the way up to 41%, guys. See, that's why it's very interesting to see these stocks. Very interesting, because in a short amount of time, you can make really good profit. And if you consistently do that over, a period of weeks, months, or even years, depending your tolerance, I mean, you can have good vacation money, or you can make this as a career. I mean, whatever you feel, if this works for you, then you can make good money. You won't be, uh, you know, for some people will be lucky to be rich very quick, but you gotta be realistic. It's not, Rome wasn't built in one day. And so you gotta come with the mindset of, it doesn't matter what I won today, tomorrow I'm gonna try again and want to win a little bit more, and I'm gonna do that on and on and on, even if I lose, sometimes on along the road. Okay. And so this is kind of my strategy. The way I put these lines here, I wait for a confirmation pullback, right? In this case, I see confirmation pullback here, which is the reason why I call it confirmation pullback is because, first of all, you have a bunch of green going up, right? And then you have a bunch of red going down, right? And out of this move right here, you see, let me see if I can mark it down here before I continue. You see this triangle? It looks like a triangle, the top of the triangle. As long as I see anywhere between these spaces or these spaces, if I see red, at least two or more red candles, right? I consider it a confirmation pullback. It could start off here right after this tall one, or it could start off right here. And so I got two different types of confirmation pullbacks, this and this as well. And so what I do is I take this top part right here, right? If this is the out of all this space right here, let me remove this really quick so I won't confuse you. Delete. Okay. And so out of all this move, the tallest area is right here. And so I consider this resistance. Okay. So you could put a line here. You could put a line there and use it as a resistance line. Okay. And so that's how I mark my resistance line, right? And so also you have support, right? And how you know what's support, right? The opposite of how you see this, right? How you see this, well, the opposite is right here. Sorry, let me mark it. Let me erase this top one right here so I could show you more clear. And so the opposite is right here. This is the part right there, you see? And the lowest, you got the confirmation uptrend here, two or more green candles, right? And you can see more over here, two or more green candles. And between these two right here, the lowest point is right here at this green candle, right? And that's a support level. Okay. This is where the price couldn't go no more low, couldn't go lower. Sellers were not willing to sell it at that lower price. And so buyers took over. They took over at that discounted price, and they pushed the price up. Okay. And so that's how you put the support and resistance lines. You could do short-term support and resistance. You could do long-term support and resistance. What I mean by long-term, you could put the daily chart, right? And on the daily chart, you got these big resistance levels here. Okay. And as you zoom in, you can see the resistance lines here, right? and you could mark them there. That's a resistance line as well. You see it looks like a triangle, the top of the triangle right there. Same thing with this one. This right here after the body is a long wick. It's called a wick. Okay. And this body right here, you know, um, all this is a candlesticks. It's all Japanese candlesticks. Okay. And so you have to learn what is Japanese candlesticks and how they work, right? How they open and close. What the green means, what the red means. People like to change the colors of these. It's whatever preference that whatever rule that you make. Um, like right here, this green candle, this is the body, right? Between what you see of color here, all this square, rectangle form here of a body. All this means that the trading happened between these two prices right here. All this was being traded, actively traded, heavily traded. Okay. And so the opening of this candle was below this at this point at 214, right? And the closing of this candle is this top part right here, 415. So when it opened, right? When it opened, it might have went down like this and hit 207, and it couldn't go there down there. It bounced off at that level, and it continued to go up. It was going up and going up and going up and going up, and it hit 550 at 522, and it couldn't go higher. And sellers put the price down, pushed the price down. And at the end of that full day, it closed right here 8 o'clock. It closed right at this point, 415, and that was the full day of trading. Okay, and so you could put resistance and support lines on different time frames. Me, I like to put them on short term, on the 5 minute. I also put them on long term on a higher time frame, but that's just to determine, if there's gonna be a turnaround of the stock or on the overall, just in case if I want to do like a swing trade or anything like that. My focus is day trading, but you could also do swing trade, right? You could do investing, long term investing, not on these stocks. It has to be on bigger micro cap stocks, okay? Because the bigger micro cap stocks, then you have to do fundamental analysis. These fundamentally they're not good. So if you're trying to do long term investing with these, I would not recommend it. Would not recommend it. If you look at their financials, most likely it's a failing company. Okay, so you have to pay attention. What you're trading and what works for you. Okay, this is not for long term investing. It's very short term. It you know it only takes you minutes to finish the trade. Only take you minutes. Sometimes it takes you an hour or two, depending what you want to see or what your plan is. But it shouldn't take you more than an hour to trade the stock. Okay. So, but let's go ahead and continue. So today had an amazing day, right? Today had a really good breakout. Not only on this area that I marked here, which was the previous support. What right after it broke the previous day. Once it got down, this line right here became resistance again. And so that's why I said it's a good opportunity to wait for the breakout of this point. And so that's what it did, and you took profit there. And not only you took profit there, once it broke out once more that off of this high, you could have took another big profit off of this point right here. 41%. You could have got all the way to 41. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's okay. You would have got that profit. Right here, I mean, you would have got a little bit of profit too at this point. This is another, I won't consider this a confirmation pullback. I don't see no other candles closer, you know. Only watch like 4 or 5 candles, and in between those 4 or 5 candles, there's no confirmation pullback. then it's I'm not gonna count it as a resistance line. Okay. So this could be, it's a pullback, but I won't count it as a confirmation pullback. Only close to these top areas here. Now, if this was the high day of the entirety of the day, then I will mark it as a resistance line. Okay, but it's not the highest point of the entirety day. It was this move right here was the highest point. Okay, and so that was pretty much it, guys. Let's see. So you could see clearly there was no bounces off of this line, so that this line is not respected. This point right here was not respected, so I wouldn't take advantage of that. You know, um, and so good trade, very good trade. It closed strong. I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to pull away again, because it's still holding above the VWAP first of all, and it's hovering near the VWAP. Right now it's at 154 million volume, and it's way more than the average, and the float as well. And the float is a low float as well. So that's the part of the game. You want to see, if you're trading on the long side or the short side, you want to see supply and demand in your favor. Okay? You want to have more demand than the supply. Okay? The demand is the volume and the supply is the float. Okay? And you combine that demand with both, not only float, but you test it, you check the average volume, and based on that you get the ratio. Based on the volume and the average volume, you get the ratio of the relative volume. Okay, so this one I'm gonna put a note on this list. Today's date, 22nd 26, and it's 6:30 already. 6:30. And stock had successful breakout. Stock had successful breakout. Still near VWAP, still above and near VWAP. I wouldn't be shocked if this tests high of day at, what is the price? 515. And so that's pretty much it. When you're following, when you're analyzing for more than a day, then you write down. You don't have to erase the whole thing. You write it down, right below it. I mean, whatever works for you guys. This is the way I do it. It's more. I see it more simple, and this is how you write your notes. You always want to have some data, for yourself, because if you get to see this stock again, and let's say you had some old data somewhere, or if you had, let's say you were in my Discord and you wrote your stuff on my Discord, you could go back and see that's what you wrote way years ago. Because these stocks, they don't show up, the majority show up one time and you don't get to see it for a long time. But some of them repeat in the year, right? They repeat the same move in the year, and you could capitalize on that. Okay. And so there's some stocks that you're gonna remember. I don't remember AM. This is the first time I see NAMM. It's the first time, but there's a lot of stocks listed that have show up this week. Let's say this week, that I remember, that I've traded years, and I'm talking about not 1 year. I'm talking about couple years. So that's good to pay attention. Analyze the pattern, and remember patterns. If you guys want to learn more about patterns, I would recommend Brian Shannon. With his book is technical analysis using multiple time frames, And so that right there, you're gonna learn a lot of stuff, especially for the charts, you know. And so yeah, let's go ahead and continue. My my wife brought me some food, so I hope it doesn't get cold by the time I finish, or maybe I'll take a little break. I'll take a little break and then continue, just so that I could finish my food and then help you guys know a little bit more about stocks. But um, you know what? Let's do that really quick. Because I don't want my food to get cold. Let's go ahead and give you guys a break. Um, give myself a break too. So I'm gonna be right back. It's gonna take me like 20 minutes or something. Any questions, just hit me up on the chat or hit me up on the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And so let's go ahead and continue. So I'm gonna be back very soon. So it's gonna take me a little bit, okay? So hold on your horses there, and I'll be right back, guys. I appreciate everyone that's looking at the stream and stuff like that and showing their support as well. Okay, guys. So uh all right, thank you guys.
a welcoming, diverse city.
Mayor Miner says the problem started the moment the individuals were allowed in the venue.
I had club owners of other clubs reach out to me and say that they know they try to get in and they don't allow it. So I'd like to know how they got in. They seem to be.
Hold on a second. Now you guys can hear me. I was talking by myself for a minute. Sorry about that, guys. So let's go back to the really quick to the Nasdaq trading hours. Trading holiday calendar, because it's important that you guys can understand about things about this. Sorry for the blooper, but it happens. And so this right here is the holiday trading hour. Right here it shows these are the dates, right, that the market is going to be closed, right? All these dates right here that you see is when the market is going to be closed. The only day that it is open but it then closed early, it's going to be in November 27th and December 24th, day before Christmas. Okay, it's the only times where the stock market runs, but then it closes a little bit early to that day, Eastern. And this is all Eastern time. Okay. And so this is very important to know, and I have everything on my Discord, so you guys could look it up. So let's go ahead and let's go back to Finviz. And so this is the platform that I use Weibo, but Finviz is great for those who are learning. There's no need to go ahead and purchase software and pay a monthly fee subscription for software if you don't know how to trade. And so you got to start with the you got to start at the bottom. you know there's no need to start trading if you don't know. You don't know terms, the criteria, and you know it you know you you're gonna have a hard time period. And so what you do, you go to Finviz, right? And so if you don't see this screen, hit the main screen, and it's gonna take you to this screen. And so what you're gonna do, you're gonna go to screener, right? And right after screener, you're gonna see here, I mean, there's 542 pages of stocks. Okay. And so let me go back, see if you guys see. And yes, okay. So this is I mean, you have 542 pages of stock, and that's a lot. And so to filter out all of these and have a little small amount of stocks to verify, to check, you got to go and filter them out. And so this is very small amount of options here. And so to see the entire options here, you could go to all, hit this tab of all, and then now you have plenty of options here to filter for the stocks. And so me, I keep it simple. I follow my criteria as you see above on the document, right? You could choose either one of these, but for the market close, it's recommended using the bottom one. And so first thing you want to do is you could check the price or the market cap first. So the price is right there in the first column, all the way to the bottom. And you put my preference is $1 to $20. And the next thing I want to do is go to market cap. And so market cap, I like anything under 300 million. These stocks, they move very fast at that, around that area, around that price. It doesn't take years for the value of the company to double. And so this is my preference. So micro cap is my preference. And so I hover my mouse to the third column here, to this third column. And the next thing I want to do is check the relative value. And so, like I said in other streams, relative volume is the difference. It's the ratio that is made using the current volume and the average volume over a period of time, right? In this website, they choose 3 months, of averages of volume, average volume. Okay. And so that ratio, I like to choose anything over 5 of ratio of relative volume. Okay. Then I hover over my mouse to the next column, right? And you can see industry on the top, right? And I like to see stocks, right? I don't want to see ETFs. I don't want to see anything else but stocks. Okay. Next thing I want to do is check performance. I want to see stocks that are moving, and or had moved in the intraday. Okay. And next thing is to check the demand of the stock. I want to see, especially at the market close, I want to see anything over 1 million shares traded. Okay. And this right here, it's called volume. It's the number of shares traded for the intraday. For the entirety of the day. However, um, this type of data shows on the daily, in the charts if you're trying to look at it, and so um what else I was about to say. So supply and demand is very, very important to understand. If you don't understand supply and demand, then there's no reason to learn trading. If you don't understand supply and demand, that should be the main thing before anything. Understanding supply and demand. And so um next thing to check is right here in the last column is float, which is the supply of the stock. um And so right here you got 10 million. That's my preference. Now volume, the demand has to be way over 10 million. What I'm asking of the supply. Okay. I feel like my nose want to blow up. I have so much allergy right now. But I appreciate every single one of you guys to come by and show support. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow on multiple platforms. uh I'll do my best to do the same for you guys as well. And so as you can see here, we got only one page, and we got 11 options here, 11 different stocks here that show up. Okay. And so I like to clean all this. I don't like to see the company name. This is all irrelevant for me. The company name, the sector, the industry, the country. Market cap is irrelevant, but I know once I filter them out, right? Once I filter the market cap out, I no longer need to see it here on this area here. And so to take all those out, you go to custom, right? And right here you have plenty of different options here as well. So on what to see. And so I like to remove the numbers, right? I like to remove the company, the sector, the industry, the country, the market cap, and the PE ratio. Okay. And so right here, um, the next thing I want to do is I want to add the relative value, and I want to add here on this column right here, I want to add a shares float. Okay. And so when you look down, you're gonna see 6 options here. However, I'm gonna remove a percentage change because the market is closed, like I said before, and is irrelevant. It's not moving. There's no need to look at the percentage change when the market is closed. Okay. So I removed that one, and now we got something very neat, very simple to understand and look at, you know. And so next thing I want to do after this, I want to sort out from volume, right? The demand, right? And I want to look at the highest demand to the lowest demand, okay? And so right here we got plenty of options. The majority of these stocks have plenty of opportunities to look at. The only ones that I won't pay attention is the last two, Heli and Onco. Um, Heli had it's been running for a while, but it's right now it's weakening. Is in the upper $11 share per share. I mean, it has an open it has a lot of chances to grow, to continue to grow, but the volume, the demand is very low compared to the support. Okay, the support. Look at the support, 8 million, and the demand, the supply, not the support, the supply is 8 million, and the demand is 1 million. There's way more supply than the demand. Okay, in order for this company to attract more demand, they need to lower the price. Okay, so eventually they will lower this $11 to a lesser price to attract buyers for a discount price. Okay, and the Anko here, just there, I don't see like much activity on the preview charting here. And plus also you can see here it has a little bit less demand than the supply as well, just a little bit, but still very low demand here. Okay, so we're only gonna focus on all these right here on the all the way to this one, Raya. Okay, so SXTP is the first one that we're gonna look at. So SXTP. And so as you can see, it had a great pre-market and start off of the market open. Very good move. And so the way we would play this, I mean, if we would have seen, if it would have show up on the charts this way, right? Let's say it looks like that. It looks like it's going up and you're attracted to it. You know, it's showing on the charting, right? It shows more than 20% change. The price is good, which is $2.97. The float is great. It's low float. It's at 1 million, right? And it has a volume of a little bit over a million. Right? The next thing to check while this price with this stock is moving is to wait for a pullback confirmation. What is a pullback confirmation? Any stock, any data, like any candle that's pulling back, right? There's a pullback. It's going the opposite way of the uptrend, and two or more red candles are together. Okay, and that little slope right there, that little downturn. Okay, and so we're gonna wait for that as we move there, and we can see here a pullback, confirmation pullback, right? Right there, the highest point between these candles right here, you know, and this little, all this is it looks like a triangle. You know, it goes up and then it drops, right? So right there, the highest point between those two is that area right there. This is considered a resistance area. And so all we're looking for is a confirmation breakout, right? And for some of you people, you go also trade on a bounce after the breakout. What is the bounce? Price that breaks out right off the resistance level, and then it turns back and it bounces off the resistance, which is it turns into a support line, and it turns into support once it gets broken. Okay, after it gets broken. So, and then it bounces, the price bounces off here, and then it continues up. Okay, so you could do those two things, you know. And so right here, as we could see here, there's a breakout, the confirmation breakout, but it's very extended. I think at this point I wouldn't trade it because it's too extended. Now guess what, no problem. I mean, you could have got it at the bounce here, you know. You could have got in right here, somewhere around here, and oh, wait a minute, right here. I mean, that candle alone was 8%, you know. Or you could have waited for these two candles to hover this candle right here, and you could have got in at this point. This candle had a 5% downside, but it went up to 6%, so you could have taken profit as soon as you got in. You had to get out really fast for a profit. But let's say you missed this point, right? No problem. No problem. You could have marked another resistance line here. It will, you don't see no confirmation pullback, but it's a confirmed breakout here. So the highest point you could also mark as a resistance line, right? And now we have here a perfect confirmation of a breakout. Right here you could have got in this candle and got 16%, and it went all the way up to 46%. So this move was perfect, another perfect move, right? And so let's say let's say you miss all this, you didn't see none of this, right? And you only watching this point of this move, and you're like, oh my god, I just missed the whole move, right? No problem. Wait for another confirmation pullback. What happened when this stock move? I mean, this one doesn't look perfect, but it does have a confirmation pullback. So guess what you do? You mark here another line of here of resistance, and you try to look for a breakout, right? Right here, it's too extended, so I wouldn't trust this extension right here. And compared right at this moment, if you try to buy here, I mean, you could have got this profit here, but it's a little bit risky to buy the confirmation breakout because you don't know if it's going to turn around on you. Okay, and compared to where it's at right now versus what the VWAP is showing me here, it's too extended, so it needs to pull back eventually. Okay, and that's kind of what it did. It pulled back and it just consolidated off the VWAP, which is a good thing. It gave back almost half of its gains, but it's still holding off the VWAP. Okay, and so tomorrow we might see another test of high day, unless it goes down and it bounces off the support level and try to test highs again here. Um, but this is kind of the lines here, and this would be the major resistance level. And that's pretty much it, guys. This right here, I would have loved for it to keep to hover, bounce off these high levels here, but it went down a little bit substantially. And so right now it's hovering off this VWAP. And so I would love to Red Sixer fan AI music. Hey, appreciate it for passing by and showing support. Thank you so much for coming over here. And so I hope your day is going good. And so right here it's still hovering VWAP. So we're gonna analyze it. Let's put STP on the list. SXTP. Uh, Red Sixers fan said, yeah, no problem. Thank you. All about networking. Of course, this is what communities do. We help each other out. Thank you for coming. And so this one we're gonna go ahead and write what we got. And so the price is good. It's $5.17. Very cheap still. So cheap price, good price, good price. And then the volume, right, has 195 million shares traded for this complete day. So that's great. Good to see. So good volume. The float is below 10 million, like we wanted. We filter it out. Right now it's at 1 million, so good low float. Let's see the news. Does it has any news? It says here SXTP stock rocket 161% pre-market. What is driving the price surge? Okay, so this right here is fluff news, just like I explained a couple hours ago, right? A couple minutes ago. It's not giving me any information of why it's running, and so we need to look at extra to more to look at more news, right? And so you could check the stock itself on the Finviz, and sometimes they post the actual news today. And so right here at 8 in the morning, right before an hour before the market opened, they said the company stated announces partnership with Runaway Health to provide international and blah blah blah. So they have a partnership, a contract with that company. Okay, it's a big deal. Partnerships, earnings, contract news, new product launch, merging news, acquiring company news. All this helps you. All this is significant news. Okay, guys, and so you'll see this every day with different type of stocks. Um, and so these little stocks right here, overall, they're not great stocks fundamentally. Like, their financials are terrible. They're not They're still in development, and so they're not great overall. However, they need to some of these companies need to continue to be in compliance with the SEC and with Nasdaq and everything. Okay, and so in order for them to do that, they have to attract buyers to keep their price above $1. And so if they don't attract buyers with news like this, that they launching partnering they have a partnership with the company or something like that, or a contract news, then they won't attract buyers, and then they have to decrease the price to attract buyers. And so most likely sometimes they go below $1, and then they get a delisting notification from Nasdaq. And so when a company gets a delisting notification, that's a big deal. Very, very bad news, because if they don't remain in compliance, then they get removed out of the listing of the exchange, and then they're gonna have to do either OTC, or they're gonna have to liquidate their company and start off brand new. Okay, and so this is how it is. This is how markets are. And some people like to look at the health of the company, through fundamental analysis, and some people do technical analysis and like to take the meat of the move. Just like what I do. This is what I do. I take advantage of the meat of the move, regardless of how the company is overall, and I take advantage of this. And I only ask from the market only 5 to 10%. That's all I ask for. I don't take more than that. And if for some reason I get lucky, and the stock goes way higher than what I when before I press the sell button, and I get extra, then good. That's bonus money, you know. But I only ask only 5 to 10%. That's all I look for when I'm trading in the markets. And I try to consistently do that over time, for 5 days, for 4 weeks, and for 12 months over the year. And then that's how you grow. That's kind of what you should be looking for. You could go that route, or you could do the long-term route, which is you put all your money in one basket, and just put it like on a retirement fund, or put it somewhere in the S&P 500, and just expect to get your retirement money when you're 70 or something like that, or when you're in your age of retirement. That's up to you. At the end of the day, you have to look for you. I mean, especially if you have family, you can't only look up to yourself. You gotta you know be aware of your family. Take care of your family. That's kind of what I wanted to say. But everybody thinks different. I'm not imposing anything to nobody. I'm just here teaching you guys how to find these low price, cheap stocks that you could take advantage. And that's kind of everything in a little bit of in a nutshell. And so let's go ahead and continue. So it did have some news, and so we're gonna go ahead and write it. Had news, and we're gonna just put partnership. And so after that, I like to check the daily chart, right? And so the daily chart overall, just like I said, is terrible. I mean, it does have some good earnings here, but also have some bad earnings. So it's here and there. I mean, they've done a bunch of stock splits to try to get out of that $1 delisting issue with Nasdaq. So that's why they have to do stock splits. So they did a bunch of stock splits, and so you know, that's kind of what bad news about the company. Especially anybody who's trying to do long term, this is not good news. Okay, and looking at the chart too is not healthy. However, for a trader like me, what I dedicate myself looking for is stuff like this, right? The stock, regardless of what it's saying here, this right here is showing it's not a real. It's not. This is not real. Okay, guys. Yeah, you see it here physically, but This move didn't make this price. Okay, this happens. It shows up here because of the splits. Okay, because when you do a stock split, the shares have to convert into the price, or something like that. Sometimes with the reverse, it goes the other way, and so they have to, convert, and so that's why you see these big prices here. But that's not true. This is not the correct price that this stock went up. Okay, just to let you guys know. And so um right here, you can see here on this chart, it had a couple days that it ran. So it does have some history. This right here was in 2023-ish, 24. And it had this day right here that it went up over here. I mean, the price is irrelevant, but this move is it's what I'm looking for, stuff like that, that it ran here again, and stuff like that I'm looking for, so I could see that it did had a it had a oh, and it had a recent reverse split here the day before yesterday. So it had a recent split as well, which is not good news. um and so we're right down here, had overall chart not good, not good. However, has history of running. And then after that, I just put my plan, what I'm looking for in the stock. And so I go back to my 5 minute time frame. I mean, you don't have to trade in 5 minutes. I mean, most people, most traders trade on the 1 minute chart. I mean, you see more clear, and you could make more good decisions here. However, me, I'm a little bit impatient, and so I don't like to see a lot of fluctuation like this. Which is good. It's good to see. You always want to see this fluctuation like this, because you know that the stock is active. But me, I'm a little bit more less patient. And I like to look at, make decisions based on one candle, and so that's kind of how I see things. Excuse me, guys. Had to sneeze and I didn't want to bust your eardrums. And so let's go ahead and continue. So where we were. So I look at the 5 minute, right? But in the 1 minute, I mean, look, there's plenty of opportunity. I mean, you could have this right here would have you could have done a lot of great stuff here. Look, you got a confirmation breakout, and right here you could have took advantage of 19% of that move. Okay, so there's plenty of opportunity. And let's say you missed this move. Let's say you want to catch the bounce now. So once it pulled back, it bounces off the previous resistance level, which was the support. Okay, and it bounces off of it, and you could have waited for it to reach at least almost near this area and then sell. And that's what some people did over here. You see, it went up to almost near that area and sold off. And then it did over here a high low and a higher low, and it went up. It doubled the distance of this. And I mean, some people would have held after this. I mean, it went up to 51%, all the way higher to 92%, you know. But the entire move, guys, look, the entire move was 324%, guys. Where the hell you see that? Like, in what other stocks, like bigger stocks, you can see that move like that? There's other stocks that will move like that, which is called SPACs, but I mean, you have to buy contracts with them, like warrants and stuff like that. I don't have the patience, and that move will happen. You have to be patient to wait for a couple months. It would happen. It doesn't happen with every single stock. You have to be careful. with the SPACs, but if you study them and you understand the fundamentals and everything, then you could get good amount of money there too. But me, I'm more it's like I said yesterday, I'm like that guy in the commercial that say, I need money now. Like that's me right there. Like that's how I see things, in the market. I need like money now. I don't want to wait a couple months. I don't want to wait a couple years. If I have an opportunity to make money in a couple minutes or I have to wait for an hour, then that's the opportunity I want, And so this is kind of what you get of opportunity. And so you have plenty of opportunities, guys. Like ridiculous, like you could have got here on the breakout. You could have got here on the pullback, on the bounce. You could have waited for another breakout, got in here, got out right at the top of the other pullback right here. Let's say you didn't sold here. Let's say you sold somewhere around here. Fine, no problem. Wait for a breakout. You had another short breakout here. You could have got capitalized right here and got up here. Let's say you missed this whole move. No problem. Wait for the market open. And you could have caught another breakout right here and got another profit right here. And I'm not saying small profit. It went up to 20% in that. This is 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, you're making 20%, guys. Wait, I mean, you don't find that anywhere. I mean, yes, big stocks will make 20%, but it will take you years. It will take them years to make 20%, guys. It will take them years. And I don't have 10 years. I don't have a couple years to make that 20%. I want that 20% in a couple days, a couple weeks, or the same day if the opportunity is there. I mean, I don't and this is the opportunity there, Now, I don't say that you will catch this all the time. You will have good days and you will have bad days too. You will have days that you for sure, you will have one loss here. You're like, oh my God, I lost a little bit of money here. No problem. Let me try to see if there's another opportunity. Okay, we got another opportunity. Okay, damn, I lost again. Um, and so right there, you should be thinking, okay, I already had two losses. I don't want to lose. I don't want to have another loss because that right there will close my day. And so I'm not gonna trade no more. I'm not gonna take advantage. Keep putting myself at risk where I'm losing way more money than what I'm supposed to. And so you take the day off. You say, okay, well, let me analyze what I did wrong here in order to on the next trade that I find that the next opportunity I capitalize. You know, so that's kind of how you're gonna see in your journey. On trading. But guys, there's so many opportunities. It's ridiculous. Every day you will see something like this. Probably not 300% every day like that, but you will see 100%, 80%. I mean, there's a lot of activity in stocks in these low stocks like this, and it's very cheap. You with a couple $100, with a couple $1,000, you could go ahead and make a short term trade, make good profit. It probably at the if you trade for a month and you're making good profit by the end of the month, you could cash out, use that as vacation time. Just remembering that you do have to save some a little bit of money for taxes, but the rest is good. You could do vacation, you could buy your kids whatever, or for your own investments or whatever you want to do. And so, but before you do any of these trades, guys, you got to get better at understanding especially the candlesticks, what is supply and demand and everything that I've mentioned this a couple hours ago. Okay. And so I know the video is a little bit too long, but this is I mean, this is what has to be said in order to teach you guys how the market works, and the opportunities you could take in the market. Okay. And so me, I like to go to the 5 minute, you know, but you have plenty of opportunity on the 1 minute. You don't have to do the 5 minute like I do. Okay. Most people trade on the one, especially professional traders. They trade at the 1 minute or below there than that. But you have to be very fast trading. You have to pay attention to the chart. You just can't buy the stock and just go to the bathroom for 20 minutes or go to sleep and try to wake up in the next day or whatever. You can't do that with these stocks, especially with these stocks. You know, Trust me, you'll lose money like that. Um, but this is how you see it. And so let's go ahead and finish with this one. Had history of running. Plan will be for it to uh test previous resistance levels, because right now it's hovering at the VWAP. Previous resistance level at 639, and breakout to possibly test high of day at 862. Okay, and so that's two. I mean, you don't have to, like me, I write whatever I see of opportunity. But when you're getting better at this, only one or two stocks per day that you analyze, that's good. And especially to trade, when you're trading at the market open, you only need to trade only 2 or 3 times. That's it. And you only need to trade one or two stocks. If you're trading 2 times for one stock, and you win both times, or you win or you break even or whatever, that's good. You don't need to over trade. You don't need a list of 10 stocks to trade. That right there is too much. You're putting yourself at a risk of failure. Okay. So that's kind of the little tips right there. And so let's go ahead and continue with the list. So we already checked the NAMM, right? Had a continuation move. That's why we still have it on the list. And so CMCT is the next one. Okay, CMCT. Am I writing it right? Hold on a second, guys. CMCT. Creative Media and Community Trust. Got it. Okay. So, this is a trust corporation. That's why I was not able to find it on the regular stocks, but it did have some opportunity. Volume was 75 million compared to the average was a lot, and also the float. The float was very, very low float. Okay. However, it finished the day very low. This right here is not going to be on the list. I'm just going to show you guys what opportunities there were here, if they were. And I don't see any opportunities right here. It did had a confirmation pullback, but look at this. It didn't break out. It had no confirmation breakouts. Some people would have got it at the bounce here on these support levels. But you will only see the support levels on the smaller time frames, like the 1 minute, right? You see here. And still here you would have had a hard time finding, probably over here somewhere. This is a support line right here. See, you got a confirmation uptrend. Two green candles here hovering the one candle here, and the lowest point is this red one. And you would have waited for a bounce. Right when it pulled back, it bounced off these levels, and you could have capitalized right there. It didn't exactly hit the line, and it's because you got all this overhead support holding the price up a little bit. So you would have waited here for this candle, and it went up to at least 8%, which is not bad. But this right here is a little bit too risky, and it's below the VWAP line, which I don't like to see. But there was a little bit of opportunities for you guys. Some people like to trade also the pattern here. You got like a little W here pattern, which is, it's good news, but also if you look overall, you can see the head and shoulders pattern, and that's not good news, you know. Or the double top here. You got one touch here, you got here. This is another double top, you know. Or you can see it overall. It's a double top here, but so it's not good, not good to see that. It failed to break out. So this one is gonna be off the list. But before we take it off the list, let's see the news. 14 hours ago, it says transactions yielded net cash proceeds to Co of about 31 million. Okay, so it had a closing sale, so that's pretty good deals. Had a deal. This is more of a deal news, so not bad. Um, However, the price react good, but it didn't close well. Everybody took profits, and right now it's not in a good position right now to continue. So it's getting off the list. Let's see overall. Well, it does have some history of running. Now, overall, it looks very bad. It has a bunch of splits here, bad earnings. Now they used to give debt dividends. You see this right here is dividends. So they give 0.0575 cents in dividends. Not bad, for a low price stock. But still, overall it's not a good stock to trade. You want to In order to invest in debt and dividends, you need to have a healthy chart, and the financials have to be very healthy. Company has to still making revenue, good revenue, and everything like that. Um, Good earnings and good visions for the future and everything like that to attract more buyers. And so, but yeah, this one I wouldn't. Long term investment, never, never. This is short term. Okay, so this one is out of the list. AIOTR is the next one. IOTR. So IOTR almost have the same move as the previous stock that we just looked at. Now it did have some confirmation pullback, right? It doesn't always have to be the first red candle. You could wait a couple more candles. If it does show confirmation pullback, then then you make a guide here, and this will be the highest point. And so right here it had a breakout confirmation, and you could have got in right here and make another 14%, which is awesome. Awesome opportunity right there. Um, for a bounce, unsure unless you see the level 3. Maybe you would have caught it right here off this support levels here. This is considered some of this little area here is considered support. So also with this line here, so you could have took advantage of that bounce as well and try to sell it before it hit this area here, and you would have got some profit as well. So 25%, that's not bad. But after that it dropped and it never looked back. So yeah, I don't see opportunities on this one either. And the news, let's see if it has some type of news. January 20 was the last one, which was 2 days ago. Secures achieves IACS UR E27 type approval from RENA. Okay, so they got an approval. It's okay. Sometimes, but it's not as significant as a contract news or as a what do you call that, as a earnings news or anything like that. It's not as approvals are very good news, because especially with the biotechs or anything like that, they got 3 phases that they got to go through, right? And so throughout those 3 phases, if they have good news, first of all, on approval, then they have good news, and then the as the three phases go, they release these statements like this, and based on the good news, that's how people are get interested to buy the stock, But in this case, this is more a communication services company, and so they got an approval somewhere from Rena, and so this is good deal for the company. Um, there was a letter from the CEO on December, but this is more irrelevant. This information, we want to see something fresh, new, and so OLTR is getting out of our list, and let's go ahead and check the next one. And so right here, wait a minute, Nito. Let's check Nito. And so Nito, not great. It did had a spike here, but I couldn't find any opportunities on the 5 minute for this stock. Maybe on the 1 minute there was probably an opportunity. Let's see. I don't want to get too much into the 1 minute because it's not where I'm comfortable trading at. Yeah, there's no confirmation pullback here that I can see. So no good opportunity. It went up like that on January 13. Signs multiple material agreement. So it had a recent contract news, and it didn't react based on that. It reacted because today in the morning they released a statement saying announces positive in vitro results from its mitochondrial chondrial and blah blah blah. Okay, um so they have a positive news here of some results that they have. I don't know if this is it sounds like it says basic materials, but let's see. Mitocare X biotech is a biotech. I knew it. That's why I was like, wait a minute, it sounds like a biotech. And so okay, announces positive results on this test that they did. So that's good. Good news. So that's good news. Not too significant, but that's why it didn't attract too much buyers, to hold the price up. So this was one and one out. Very very small traders here would have capitalized a little bit, but not much. Not me. I wouldn't capitalize here. So this one's a bad trade right here. Not good stock. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. ASTI is the next one. ASTI. And so ASTI had a great move. Very good move. It looks like well, right now it's a little bit extended from the VWAP from that point. Not it needs to pull back a little bit. I even put lines here of resistance and support, but these are a little bit older from where we saw this. What was the last time we looked at this? Oh, somewhere around here. That's what we marked. Okay. So we marked that resistance line right there a couple weeks ago. As well as over here too. And today it decided to go up. Right here it says on January 13, it said how ascend. Okay, so this is hyping the stock. Say ASTI shares surge over 53% today. What Elon Musk got to do with it? Okay, let's check ASTI if some news came out over here. Let's see. So Ascent Solar Technologies, right? Reflect on 2025 achievements and milestones. 2026 strategies and goals. Okay, so they're kind of trying to attract investors and buyers into their company. Stating a goal and like there's a name for that, a mission. A mission. This is more like a mission statement. Okay, what are their strategies, what are their goals and stuff like that for 2026. And so this is more to attract investors and stuff like that. So they're just hyping the company. And right here, by just naming Elon Musk right here, you're hyping the company. So that's why you see this type of move right here. It's nothing, it's not too significant. Now, if you want to go more in detail in it, that's more a fundamental analysis. Me, I like to take advantage of the meat of the move. Right here, it has a confirmation pullback. Let's take these lines off because it's already from the past. And they still relevant, but I wanna see the move now at live. So right here, this is a confirmation pullback. However, the tallest area near it is this area right here. See, you can see a little triangle here. Not clear, but you can see a little curve here. And so right there, I would have waited for a breakout, a confirmation breakout, and taken advantage of it. Right here, the only confirmation breakout was this. I would have took a little small loss here, unfortunately, and I wouldn't take a profit here. It would have been very, very small, very small. Yeah, I wouldn't take a profit here. So this right here, this whole trade for me would have been a loss. However, this is considered a confirmation pullback. So the highest part here at the intraday is this area, and it's been reacting off of that line. After hours, it had a good opportunity here. Whoever trades after hours, I mean, you could have got 16% off of that breakout confirmation. After the breakout confirmation. But me, I don't trade after hours. Very risky, very hard to trade. Uh, that's the high day right there. And what I would like to see right now, since it's extended at this moment, I wouldn't want for it to test these highs because it's gonna turn into a double top. It could break out, but it needs to attract buyers. And so it needs to go down and bounce off these support levels, track buyers, right? And have the buyers buy at a discount to try to push this price up a little bit more than the 873 resistance here. So that's kind of what I would like to see. So I'm gonna this looks like a continuation move. It could happen pre-market, market open, or it could happen tomorrow in the after hours. So we'll have this on the list as an analysis. Still good price. Good price. Volume is 30 million, still good volume. Low flow, still low flow, 4 million, low flow. And then we have here some news, right? And that's kind of what we already read already. We already read the news. So it does have some news. Has news. And let's see the chart on the daily. So the daily not great, but it did have some, wow. So I mean, this is a lot of splits here. This is splits. The reason why you see all this stuff, you see a bunch of splits that happen. That's why you see this amount of money. But it did have some moves here. Look, you see, it does have some history of running, and right now it's running a little bit. It had a couple days, well, couple months since December, well, couple weeks because it's already almost February. So a couple weeks has been running pretty decent. So Hernandez say I had you this whole time, pa. I went to eat, saw a movie with the fam, and came back, and you still here. I know, man. I took a little break and I had to eat because my wife she served me some food and I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't want to get this cold while I'm on the stream." So I took a little break and then I ate some food and stuff like that. So I appreciate you sticking over and doing that for me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. If you get to head out, then no worries. Do your thing. I appreciate you passing by and showing support. Um, and so let's go ahead and continue. So this right here, it shows that it has history of running. So we're gonna go ahead and write that down. Has history of running, and the plan for this right would be for a pullback. And is waiting for a Hernandez say like the grind, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. The plan is to wait for a pullback, and test. Hell yeah, buen provecho. Gracias, gracias, muchas gracias. Gracias. Good, good. So let's go ahead and so the plan is to wait for a pullback, right, guys? And we want to wait for a breakout here. Y cuando vayas a hacer esto stream, me avisas, oíste. Still here, got your stream up this whole time. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Cuando vayas a esto a entrar al stream, when you start streaming, let me know. If I'm up, then I'll do my best to show support and stuff. But gracias por todo. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Wait for a pullback and test high day. Day at 873. Right? And so this is the life of a trader, guys. Like this is what we do. We don't spend hours and hours studying the stock, but you know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes it's okay, you know. It's not bad, you know, especially if you're new and you just want to learn as fast as you can so you can start trading, then you have to put in the hours, guys. This is part of the journey. Once you get to know everything, you don't have to do this. You know, you don't have to write notes or something like that. You could trade on the fly. Once you know everything, I mean, there's no need to write anything down. You already know your criteria. You already know what to look for every morning, and you only pick a couple stocks for that trade. Trade it in a couple minutes, and you're done for the day. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's the life of a trader. So um so ASTI, that's the point where we're waiting for. So that's pretty much it for the note. Let's go to the next one. And so how many more we got? One, two, three. We got three more to go on the stocks, and we're done with the stocks. So the next one is BGL. BGL. Hold on a second. Yeah, BGL. So BGL had another excellent move. Very good continuation opportunity here. Right here, if we would have caught it somewhere over here, you got a confirmation pullback right here. This is a high, the highest point, and you could have capitalized right here on this candle. It went up to 5%. That right there would have completed my goal. I would have got out and done for the day. It went as high as at this move right here before the pullback. It went as high as 24%. So you know, I mean, I'm telling you guys, there's so many opportunities, guys. There's no excuse to not make money. Okay. And yes, you will have days that you will lose. Um, but that's part of the game, you know. You just gotta cut the losses very short. Remember, cut the losses very short. Don't just because you did a good analysis on the stock doesn't mean that you're gonna, if the stock goes against you, you're gonna hold it until it meets that your theory. No, that's not a good strategy. So, but let's go ahead and write this one down also. It had another opportunity here as well. This was a see this candle. I would have took advantage of this candle too. 5%, pretty good. Not bad as well. Now some people would have waited at the pullback, and it pulled back a little bit, but then it just took off. Right here, they would have this right here would have been a good okay move, but the whole move was perfect. The entire move was very good since the start to the end to the highest point, 142%. Very, very good move. So, we're gonna look for continuation of this stock. This is the high day right here. And so my plan, right, since it's extended right now, I want it to pull back, right, and bounce off these support levels and try to test these high days again. That's what I want to see. Oh, another key thing on these stocks, all these stocks, volume needs to show up for this to happen. And I'm gonna copy paste all this. Without volume, which is the demand, none of this can happen. Okay, guys. Supply and demand is super important in trading. Okay. I'll write this on every single one of them. Okay. And so BLG or BGL. So price is still good. Good price. Volume, still good volume. Compared to the average is very good. And the float is low float. A little meeting at the max range almost of the float that I like to look at, but it's still a low float. Low float. What was the news? Did we look at the news already? It says here January provides corporate update and strategic outlook for 2026. That was in January 14. Now on the FinViz, January 4, it shows the same. So it doesn't have no recent news. The only recent news was that right there, but that's not enough for it. Probably was some type of a hype on social media. Because right now we don't see. Maybe this was a plan, showing their mission right here, their mission statement somewhere around here. So kind of hyping the stock, see the daily chart. So it did have some history of running here and there. I can see some history of running. Was a second green day as well. So it does have some type of opportunity. No recent news, which is not good news. Has history of running. Plan will be for pullback at 410, I think it is. 410. And test high of day at 506. And so that's my list for this. And so all this is going to be copy paste to my Discord, guys, as well. And so I think this is the last two that we have left. DRCT. DRCT. And so DRCT has another great continuation move. So the market is hot, guys. The market is hot right now. So today I saw here this confirmation pullback, right? And this is another high point today. So it did break out here. It had a confirmation breakout, but you know, you would have taken a little small loss here. There was some opportunity here after hours, but I wouldn't took the trade. So this would have been a lost trade today. If I would have looked at this, that's why you want to focus on the top percent gainers first, like the highest ones first. Most likely, the top four of them are the ones that you're gonna most focus on. You know, this right here, like trading the last ones of the top percent gainers, um, that on live especially, that's already you're asking too much. You know, you're over trading. You normally, if you see it in the scanners, these top four right here, normally you would trade one or two of these four, right? And you only, once you're done with your trade, that's it, it's over with. If you see like 10 of them that are moving the same, I wouldn't recommend trying to trade all of them. Okay. A lot of people have FOMO, which is fear of missing out. Um, you're never gonna miss out, guys. You see stocks every day, and so you're never gonna miss out opportunities. There's always opportunities every day, you know. And so one or two trades per day is good. You're gonna get to the goal that you want, you know, eventually, because compound interest it's a wonder, you know. I mean, I guess who said that? Einstein, I think, said that. It's the compound interest is the ninth wonder of the world, something like that. Um, you know, compound interest is the best thing that you can ever experience. You know, especially in investments or trading or real estate, any type of business. You know, when your money compounds, incredible. So, um, so this one has a continuation. It is a little bit just a little bit extended from the VWAP, but it does still have some opportunity. It did had over here a confirmation pullback, and we're gonna mark that line right here. And it also has a high day line here, and so that's the pullback right there. No, that's the resistance right there, and this is the support level. So, very tough, very tough. Right now, if it goes down like that all the way to this point, not good, because it's giving most of these gains right here. So we might see some turnaround happen pretty soon. Oh well, on the not today because the market is closed today, but we'll see some. Let me do this right, guys. This is the low of day. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's one way you could do it. You know, I mean, this is already advanced, a little bit too advanced, but you'll learn this over time. This is it's gonna be a support, trending support line. And so it was under for a bit, and it tried to break out and it failed, and it was using VWAP as a support level. But then eventually, once it broke out, it just took off, you know. Some people would have took advantage on this one, but this is already after hours. If it breaks down this level, then it has to go down and test these support levels. So, but this is already advanced. I don't wanna yet get you here. I'm probably gonna wait till like next month, and then start showing you guys some advanced stuff. But this is good to analyze. DRCT, I'll put this one on list too. And just like I said, guys, when you're analyzing, when you're starting off, this is what you want to do. Analyze. It doesn't matter if you're putting 2 or 3 stocks or 10 stocks. You're just analyzing. You're not trading them. Okay. But when you're trading and you're preparing to get a, get some trades, then you only want to focus on one or two stocks. That's it. Okay. So this one, let's see. Good price. See the volume. 18 million. Good volume. A little low, but still good. Good volume compared to the average and the shares float. The float is very low. The supply, low float. And let's see the news. It has some halt news here. Let's see if it shows up over here on the Finviz. I'm not sure if you guys can see clearly. Yeah, you guys can see clearly. So on the 14, launches a dedicated high compliance practice for regulated industries. Okay, guys, so it had a recent stock split. Plus, is trying to keep itself above that $1 line, so it has to launch these type of newses right here to hype the stock. So right now it's at $2.31, so it's still near that $1. So so no news today. No news today. No news today. Let's check the daily chart. Overall, daily is trash, but it does have some history. This is some good history right here. Look at that. But look at the earnings, guys. Fundamentally, this stock is no good. No good. Bad, bad, bad. And then they did a split, so they won't get delisted from the stock market. So yeah, no good stock. However, short term has opportunity, and that's what you want to capitalize on short term. Okay, we're back. Has history of running. Plan is to wait for, check the chart again, for a pullback, bounce off the uptrending, pull back, bounce off the uptrending support line and test high of day at 367. So that's pretty much for this one, and I guess we're doing the last one. Raya doesn't look that good though, but we're gonna check it. Raya. And so yeah, Raya no good. Pre-market it had a little bit of spike here, but overall not great. No continuation today. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, this drop, terrible stock. Terrible overall. It does have some history of running too. It had a stock split. But yeah, terrible stock. No opportunities for continuation. So we're done with the stocks, guys. Let's go ahead and go to crypto. So crypto is there's a little bit of similarities that you could take advantage of. Let's check the crypto that we were gonna analyze. We got like 4 of them. So Hana is the first one. Crypto. Hana network right there. And so today, as you can see, I don't know why I didn't put a resistance line up here. Here we go. Okay. So as you can see, guys, we study this. We said, let's see, good volume today had as it breakout, still uptrending, looking for a breakout high day at, and the price that I saw it was 501 on the 21st. Yes, somewhere over here is where I saw it, I guess. Or did I saw it on this? Well, we're not scanning for new. Well, yeah, it was over here when we saw it. I guess I'm lost. I think we did saw it. No, not on the 22nd, over here. So we saw it super early. So it did broke out. It did broke out. Had a good breakout here. Excuse me, guys. Had a good breakout. I mean, it's still clear. And once it broke out here, it gave back some of its gains right here. And as you can see, it kept continuing. I mean, it went double the height right here. Breakout after it bounced right here. It used this resistance level as a bounce opportunity, and it got up to way higher than this little spike here. So you could have capitalized either at the bounce, not only here but here, or this bounce right here with the breakout too. We would capitalize at the breakout. See this breakout right here? Somewhere around here you would have got. It went up all the way to 11%. Not bad. Short term. You know, there's similarities versus the stocks, but it's not the same. The process of buying them and analyzing them are different. Okay. So you have to study. This is a different world. You have to study these in order to find these and everything. But there's opportunities, guys. There's opportunity. This thing right here, and 1, 2, 3 in 3 days, guys. In 3 freaking days. Look at this. 242%, guys. A little bit more than that, but to be specific, 246. You would have got some good profit, in 3 days. Now you gotta learn. You gotta learn this. You can't just put an investment on a crypto that just looks like this. You gotta have a strategy, an entry plan, and an exit plan. But let's go ahead and continue. For continuation, it's still consolidating around this area right here. So it still has opportunity to test a high day right here. So that's kind of what we're gonna analyze again. 122, 26. Still consolidate. Well, had good breakout opportunity and bounces. Now seems like it will test high of day again for a continuation move. So we'll have that. We'll have that on. We'll track that. And so let's check TRWA. TRWA. There we go. Okay. So it's still in consolidation period. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep waiting for this one to make a move. This one is gonna get off the list. ESIM is the next one, which is the one that we recently put in yesterday. What the hell? There we go. There we go. So look at this. So it break out right here. I mean, it pulled back and bounced off the resistance. So on the pullback bounce, you would have took advantage. I mean, you would have took advantage here on this breakout, but it was a little small profit. But if you wanted, you could wait for the pullback and it would have bounced off of it. And right here, this candle hover over the red candle right there, and you could have got in right here, and it went up to 27%. So that was a perfect opportunity right there, right? And it had a confirmation pullback right under here. So the highest point of all this is that point right there. So that's resistance. It tried to test one time. Well, it tried to test 2 times here, and it failed. So not sure if this is gonna continue to go up. Let's put a trend line here, and the lowest point is right here. So we're gonna mark this line right here of the next day. So it has to bounce. It has to pull back. It's a little bit too extended right now. It has to pull back and test these uptrending support lines, and most likely test the high day again. See if it could break out. But it needs help from volume. Volume is low right now at this point, 6 million. A little bit, well, it doubled the where the average. It was not showing the average here, which is not good to not see. But the supply is high supply, so that's not good to see. You want to see high demand, low supply for the price to continue to go up. But right now, you see this little price. This is real. It's cheap. This price is very cheap. That's why crypto is booming. And so right here on this 2 days, guys, you could have capitalized from the low to the highest right here. It's let's see, 97%, guys. I'm telling you, there's opportunity out there. There's opportunity. Gotta take advantage. So this one is keep on watch as well. 26. Had breakout opportunity. Breakout and had breakout and bounce opportunity. Still looking to for continuation. However, it needs to pull back and test up trending support in order to test high of day resistance. So that's pretty much it. And then we have the last that's one here. We'll copy paste because I'm not gonna I'm not gonna write the whole thing. Copy paste this thing. There you go. And so as you can see, guys, look what happens when it broke out the lines that we just marked. Let's zoom in. Let me move this a little bit right there. There we go. Okay. So once it bounced off, I mean, there was, I mean, so many opportunity, guys. Once you know, this was downtrending, right? Once it broke out this line right here, you got the turnaround. It's more of a cup here, right? You could have took advantage of so many drops here, so many bounces. 1, 2, 3. At the breakout, you would have took advantage. once it pulled back, it bounced off this support, this resistance line, which was it became a support once it got broken. Boom, another buy here. No problem. You miss all this moves here, no problem. It once it got below this line that we made, it seemed like it was gonna it seems like it was gonna be done, right? That's why we we didn't, this was today actually. It seemed like it was done for, but then it turned around and recuperated from this area here. No problem. You could have took advantage right here, you know, and waited for a pullback, buy at the bounce, and now it's going up high again. Guys, I mean, you guys got to study this. I highly recommend it to learn crypto. To learn crypto right now is at 234% after at that move. So now it's in an uptrend, because it's already broke out convincingly from this uptrending support. Well, it was a resistance once it got below this support level, but then it became it again became support once it got broken in. But now is right now this line is a respected line because it tried to go down again and it bounced off of it, and now it's just taking off. So it's a respected support line right now, and all this area here backs up the support as well, and all this is overhead resistance. Just teaching you little bits and tricks here and there and tips. I mean, I know it's too much of information right now, but you'll eventually get it. So let's go ahead and see what's next with this guy. So this is the low. That's the low of day today. So this is where we at right now. It needs to pull back. It's too extended at this moment. It needs to pull back, bounce off of these, and probably take off again. But eventually it's gonna it is gonna break off these support lines because it's too steep up. Okay, it needs to regress a little bit. Okay. So this one seems like, I mean, there's opportunities. This was good, 3 different choices to analyze. Still analyze as it still holding up above uptrending support line. We'll want to see a pullback eventually and bounce off uptrending support. That's new highs. So that's pretty much for these that we analyzed. Now we're gonna go ahead and list more of the crypto. So this is the website right here. I know it's I mean, that took a long time, especially when I had to eat and stuff like that. I know it took a little bit, but this is part of the grind, guys. I mean, sometimes we'll have days like this, sometimes we'll have short streams, but I'm glad that you guys show up here and show support and hit the like and everything. Don't forget to hit the like whoever's new, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow as well. Support my channel. I mean, this is a open community here. We help each other out, and if you're a content creator, don't forget to hit me up. I'll do my best to share your content. And yeah, let's go ahead and continue with the crypto. Now we're still doing crypto now, and this is what I use, coin market cap. I mean, there's plenty of more webs that you could find. Everything is in my on my description, like my Discord. You can get in my Discord, and then you go to the resources section, and you can find a bunch of links there for crypto scanning and everything. So if you don't trust this website, there's plenty of more out there. But this is what I use to scan the crypto. And so if you don't see the screen, you go to CoinMarketCap, you hit the title, and you're gonna see here this filter tab. You hit the filter tab, and you're gonna see this box right here. The next thing you want to do is go to market cap, right? Just like we do with the stocks. Now, the only different thing is that we wanna squeeze more the crypto that we're looking at, that we're gonna start looking at for opportunity. So market cap has to be from 1 million to 10 million. And this right here, it shows on our criteria here. You see, 1 million to 10 million, right? And the volume will be from 1 million to 100 million. And so that's what we're gonna go ahead and write. We're almost done, guys. I won't take much longer with this one. Price change is 10%, and the max is 500%. Okay, and then you click apply, and there you go. You got a new scan here. You got a page, only one page of 13 cryptos, and I like to search from high to low on 24-hour percentage change. And right here, I love, just like I said, I love trading crypto or stocks anything over 20%. So right now it shows we see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cryptos here. And so we're gonna go on the fly looking at this. Look at this beauty right here. Let's see this trading view. See, on the trading view, it shows a different story. You know, it's been downtrending, and right now it's just awake. But look all this. Look at all this resistance. All this resistance, and it already tested once and it failed. It's about to test again, and it's been running for a couple hours. So this is a confirmation pullback. ULTI. Let me check this right here. ULTI. So this is what we're looking at, right? So we want to capitalize on the move on the 5-minute. This was considered a pullback right here, confirmation pullback. And we would have waited for a breakout, right? The breakout would have been at this point. You would have got some profit right here, 6%. Or you would have waited for the bounce off this resistance, and you would have capitalized again. This candle shadowed all these 3 candles, which is way better, is stronger, showing strength, and you would have got in right here on this candle. This only candle was 5%, but it went all the way to 21% on that move. So that right there, good profit, awesome profit. I mean, and you can see the whole entire move out of from the whole day, entire day. Look at that, 151%, 59%. I mean, guys, there's so many opportunities, guys. You gotta capitalize, and study this hard, get better at it, and eventually you'll be a great trader. Right now we see some type of trend like this. So the plan will be for it to pull back, still pull back and test these support levels. It doesn't have to hit the line. It just have to hit, that's why it's always good to see the level 2 or level 3 and see where the buyers at, you know, at the pullback. I think in the level 4 is where you can see crypto. On the level 3, I don't think you can see crypto. So if you want to see the crypto amount of where the buyers are located, where the sellers are located, uh, the wall of sellers and the wall of buyers, you have to get the level 4, guys. It's expensive though, just to let you know. But if you could afford it, awesome. Um, but that in order to get that platform, you have to. I mean, I would recommend you guys to learn this, get better at this. And once you, I mean, you could trade without it, but as soon as you start making profit and you could go a lot far with it, then you want to get something better, a better platform. Okay. And so I would like to see a pullback here. And we're gonna write this one down on our list. So let's put today's date, 22nd, 26th as the first stock. 8:36 p.m. And ULTI is the first crypto. Awesome move. Awesome move today. Today looks like there can be more continuation. Waiting for a pull back and bounce off up trending support and test high of day at 2022, which is today. And this is the high of 2035. And this 2035 is not the price, it's the time that it went that high at the time. So I won't forget, because I'm not gonna go ahead and write these zeros and stuff like that. I mean, too much right now. But eventually you're gonna have to know where the price is at and everything when you first of all swap your cash to the type of coin that this ask in order to buy the stock, this crypto. And then there's trading platforms dedicated to trade these type of crypto. Okay, you just got to do your little bit of research. And so that one has a good opportunity right there. Let's see the next one here. Mev. Let's see Mev. Mev has a good move there. Let's see if we can find it on the trading view. Is it Mev first? Yes, it is. Wow, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this is a confirmation pullback right there. Very short confirmation pullback. Not as clear as this one right here. This one is not, it doesn't look much clearer than this one. So you would have had a hard time trying to trade this this move right here. Boom. Okay. So right here you could capitalize confirmation breakout, and you got around 3%. That was pretty good, not bad. A little low, but you could have, if you would have missed that move, you could have capitalized on the bounce. You this one hover over this one, and even so it went down. If you could have be tolerant to wait for this move right here. It didn't look back. It didn't, it struggled to break down. So it went up as 13%. Me, I would have took a little loss there, but I would have capitalized on this breakout if I wanted to. So this is another resistance level. So that right there is a nice breakout. So, it's still up, right? So this will be the high day at this moment. And what we're waiting is for a pullback because it's extended right now. We want to see a little bit of pullback, at least halfway or at these areas here of support, and then retest the high day again. So that's our plan. So MEV, nice run. Waiting for pullback, bounce, and retest highs at 355. 23, 26. Now, this is not, I'm just showing you just technicals only, but you have to do your due diligence to check the volume. If the volume is higher than the average, if the volume is higher than the supply. Right now, this stock has 1 billion supply. It's not my cup of tea, you know. But if you're looking to trade only the charts, is up to you. But you have to know if there's enough volume, if there's a low supply, and if there's some type of news hyping the crypto. That's up to you. You have to do your research. So I'm just showing you the opportunities that you could be taking. Um, So yeah, it had opportunities. It still had, crypto runs 24 hours, guys. So you'll never miss an opportunity. We got two more left. Well, three more left. PVT is the next one. I think we did check a PVT before. PVT. It was in a that's where we took it off the list because it was in this consolidation period. I don't like to see stocks that look this way. Not much activity going on. Yeah, this one it's not gonna be on the list. Moby is the next one to check. So let's check Moby. Pretty quick. Moby. So Moby has a great chart. Very clean. Very clean. So this right here is a perfect move. Look at this confirmation pullback right there. Very good move. So right there would have been my resistance level, and I would have waited for a confirmation breakout. You could have capitalized right here. 12%. Awesome move. It went all the way high to this area right here. Oh, thank you, babe. I was brought with more food, guys. I'm eating like a I'm eating like a
Don't blame me, I'm
yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Well, I'm about to start round two, but I'm almost done, guys. I'm almost done, and so um uh we're almost done, guys. So we got two more to go before I knock this thing over. So let's go ahead and see this really quick. You guys can hear me. Everything looks okay. Okay. So let me see. There we go. Okay. So I mean, there's opportunities here. You could have got it at the breakout. If you missed this move, you could have got it at the bounce right here. This space. Capitalize, either taking profits before it hit this high right here, or whatever your tolerance is. I mean, plenty of opportunities, guys. Plenty. I don't know how many stocks and cryptos I already showing you that you could have taken a profit, but if you're, you know, if you're understanding this, then that's good. I wish you the best on your journey, and whatever questions that you have that I could help you with, then you know, I'll be there. I'll be here to help you. Uh, over here, you know, it's already giving out half of its gains, but it could have a bouncing opportunity here to probably test the highs again if it bounces off this these levels here. It seems like it's having a hard time getting below this line. Um, I won't watch this one. I think we have a pretty good list right now. We have about five. Palu is the next one to check. Palu. And so Palu, no good. I don't like to see all this mess here. Um, yeah, a lot of, you know, you get stuck on this one right here. Um, yeah, I don't like to see this type of chart. It has to be clean, more clear. You see the not a lot of activity going on. All the candles look the same too. Um, the only clean thing was this part right here, this top area here, but that was it, you know. The rest was not much information. And so yeah, guys, I think this is it. This is it. This is we completed today. Finally, we completed everything today. Now tomorrow we don't have to worry about we can only analyze what we already had listed and then start off with new scans. But this is pretty much it, guys. This is I mean, I know I just threw a lot of stuff at you guys, especially the new people looking at this thing. But you know, this is part of the journey, guys. If you want to learn stocks, especially trading low price stocks, which are risky and which has plenty of opportunities to make a huge amount of money, then you have to study, you know, because if you don't study and you're just trading, you know, which with you know with a blindfold, you know, you're you know, if you're trading blind, then you're gonna lose money, you know. um that's what almost 90% of people do here in the stock market. And you have to get a good pretty decent platform to trade and everything. And so it takes time to learn all this, you know, but it's not hard. Over time it gets better and you learn. I did learn. If I could learn, you guys could learn as well. So this is pretty much it. Let me go ahead and take you guys to the next screen. Intermission. So, you know, I want to thank everybody for coming over here, showing support. Um, you know, I a couple weeks ago I thought I thought I would never meet the goal, but we did it. We hit 100, guys. Amazing. I'm super happy. I mean, this is part of our journey in Rumble, not only in Rumble and Twitch and other platforms that I have. But Rumble is like my main platform. So thank you for your support. Just like I said at the end of the month, I'm gonna go ahead and name everybody that follow me, that show me support and everything. I'm gonna name somebody and then most likely you know, donate or do like a giveaway or something like that as a appreciation. Okay, guys. Thank you for the likes too. We hit the like goal as well. So I mean, everything is appreciated. Remember, this is a community that we're growing. We're helping people get to their goal as well. And so don't forget to follow Hernandez 2787. That, you know, he was the prime, the principal, the main person that you know gave me the motivation to continue to do this. And so I appreciate his help and everything. And so don't forget to show support on his channel. Hit the like, the share, and the follow as well, guys. Please show support over there. And this is pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna try to change the music like every day to make it more entertaining and stuff like that. Especially with the videos too, like the intermission video. I know this one has been looping for a little bit, but I'm gonna try to find different videos and stuff like that and make it more entertaining for you guys to see. And but we'll grow this channel. Just waiting for the creator program to get approved by Rumble. I already applied, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I hope you have a good night. Enjoy the nice day tomorrow and everything. And um, I'll see you guys tomorrow with the last analysis of stocks and crypto until Monday. Okay, because for stocks, Monday, um, it works. Stocks are open from Monday to Friday, and then crypto is 24 hours. I won't do crypto on the Saturdays and Sundays because I dedicate it for the gaming, which is the Lego we're doing right now, Lego Star Wars, and so we got a little bit to do. And we trying to finish off the story modes, which are fun. And so, once we get that done, then we could start playing some other games and stuff like that. And if you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, uh, don't forget to let me know in the comments or on the chat as well. Alrighty, guys. I know I look super tired. I am tired, and I spoke like a what do you call that? Like a rooster. I spoke, but it's okay. This is part of the platform is to talk, to get involved with the chat and the people, and especially teach you guys how to work these stocks eventually. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, guys.